The story begins with Derek Thompson entering a Fresh Market Elite store, dressed in humble clothes. He is immediately met with open contempt and judgment from the deli staff, Ashley Martinez, and her manager, Brad Kowalski. Despite his quiet demeanor, they assume he is poor and cannot afford their high-end products. They attempt to sell him expired and low-quality food, making mocking and discriminatory comments. A teenage customer, Zara Williams, begins to secretly record the encounter on her phone for a live stream, capturing the entire interaction for a growing online audience. Derek, unfazed, documents the expired products with his phone and reveals a professional-grade digital recorder, calmly announcing that he is legally recording the conversation. The staff's rude behavior escalates as they continue to insult him, dismissing his complaints and mocking his request to speak with the manager. The standoff between Derek and the Fresh Market Elite staff intensifies. As the store manager, Rebecca Stone, arrives, she immediately sides with her staff, assuming Derek is a troublemaker based on his appearance. She aggressively demands that he delete the photos he's taken and leave the store. Derek remains calm, holding his ground and explaining his concerns about food safety and the discriminatory comments. The situation goes from bad to worse when Rebecca snatches his phone to look at the photos, a move that outrages the growing crowd of onlookers and the thousands watching Zara's livestream. As the situation spirals out of Rebecca's control, she calls security and labels Derek a trespasser. Two security guards arrive, ready to forcibly remove him. However, Derek stops them in their tracks when he says he's a customer waiting for a corporate inspection that's scheduled for noon. This seemingly impossible claim leaves everyone stunned. Derek dares them to call the police, stating he will file a report for discrimination and attempted fraud. He remains resolute, turning the tables on the store's management and staff, who are now facing the consequences of their actions. While Rebecca fumbles with her phone, the crowd begins to share their own experiences of discrimination at the store, building a collective case against the staff's systematic bias. As the tension mounts, Derek's phone buzzes with a text. He glances at it and calmly announces that the corporate inspection team has just arrived in the parking lot, even though it's still well before noon. As three corporate executives approach the front door, Derek pulls out a small leather wallet. Inside, he reveals an employee ID badge with the Fresh Market Elite logo, executive level clearance, and a name that stuns everyone. Derek Thompson, Regional Vice President of Operations. The store falls silent. Ashley, Brad, and Rebecca are frozen in shock. Derek explains that the store has been flagged for systematic customer service issues, and that his humble attire was part of an unscheduled assessment to see how employees treated customers they perceived as less valuable. The stunning revelation sends shockwaves through the store. Zara's livestream explodes with comments as thousands of new viewers tune in. The police officers who had been called to the scene quickly realize this is an internal corporate matter and make a swift exit, leaving Rebecca and her staff to face the music. Derek opens his professional portfolio, revealing official documents that confirm his authority. He explains that the entire visit was a planned operational assessment. With the crowd watching and the live stream rolling, he presents devastating statistics. This store has the worst customer satisfaction scores in the district, with ratings for minority customers at an abysmal 0.7 out of 5. Just as Rebecca is about to be confronted, a new voice enters the conversation. Zara, the teenager who had been recording, reveals her own ID badge, identifying herself as a corporate compliance officer. She confirms that she has been documenting the entire incident for a quarterly bias assessment. The two corporate employees, who were a focus of the employees' scorn and mockery, had been documenting their every move. The entire case against the store is now sealed with irrefutable live-streamed evidence. The three corporate executives who arrived in the black SUV, Regional Director Patricia Hayes, HR Director Michael Brooks, and Legal Counsel Sarah Martinez, enter the store, Patricia, having already understood the gravity of the situation, asked Derek for a status report. Derek confirms that the discrimination and food safety violations are fully documented and have been broadcast to thousands of viewers, leading to a public relations nightmare and a significant liability for the company. Derek takes out another digital recorder, explaining that he's been recording everything since he entered the store. He plays the audio, and the voices of Ashley and Brad fill the air with their clear and unmistakable and discriminatory comments. The evidence is now irrefutable. Derek then pulls out a comprehensive report detailing the store's failings over the past 6 months, from falsified date checks to an abysmal employee bias training completion rate. He tells Rebecca that her store loses the company nearly $1 million annually in lawsuits and lost revenue. The weight of this information is too much for the staff. Ashley begins to cry, and Brad desperately asks for a second chance. But Derek remains firm. He states that they deny dignity to their customers, and in turn, they will now face the consequences. Patricia Hayes, having seen and heard enough, officially terminates Ashley, Brad, and Rebecca, effective immediately. The livestream audience, which has now reached 10,000 viewers, watches as corporate accountability is delivered in real time. With the terminated employees escorted out by security, Derek turns to the corporate team and the thousands watching online. He presents a comprehensive reform plan, clearly prepared well in advance, detailing a total operational overhaul for the company. The plan is presented as a way to turn the current crisis into a corporate transformation, saving the company from further financial and reputational damage. The first step is the immediate removal of all expired inventory, with a projected loss of $43,000 to be absorbed by the company. Second, all staff must undergo mandatory 40-hour bias elimination training. Third, an AI-powered inventory management system will be implemented to prevent future food safety violations. Fourth, a $500,000 community investment fund will be established to address food insecurity and racial equity. Finally, 3 qualified Black employees are immediately promoted to management positions. Derek explains that this is more than just a punishment, it's a systemic transformation. He also reveals a technological solution, the Respect Monitor system. This app will allow customers to report concerns directly to corporate headquarters, bypassing local management and triggering an automatic investigation within 24 hours. The plan is comprehensive and designed to ensure that a situation like this can never happen again. Derek reveals a final critical piece of his plan: a letter from the NAACP, the Urban League, the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and the local Black Business Alliance. These major civil rights organizations have been monitoring the situation and have pledged public support and partnership if Fresh Market Elite implements his comprehensive anti-discrimination plan with community oversight. This endorsement is an incredibly powerful strategic move, offering the company a chance to earn community partnership instead of facing boycotts. However, Derek delivers a clear ultimatum. If the company fails to implement the changes within 72 hours, these organizations will initiate coordinated advocacy efforts and file formal complaints with state and federal agencies. The CEO, who has been watching the live stream with the entire board, approves the plan immediately, giving Derek complete authority. The transformation is now official and broadcast live to the world, ensuring complete accountability. The fired employees, Ashley, Brad, and Rebecca, are officially banned from all Fresh Market Elite locations. Ashley's last-ditch plea for her job is met with Derek's final quiet word: actions have consequences. 3 months later, the story that began with a moment of humiliation has become a nationwide movement. The viral video has reached 2.3 million views, and Fresh Market Elite stock price has risen 18% as investors reward genuine corporate accountability. The company is now a case study in effective crisis management, with its new model being studied by business schools across the country. Derek Thompson is back at the same store, now watching a diverse team of employees led by the newly promoted manager, Kanisha Williams. The customer satisfaction scores have skyrocketed, and community trust has been rebuilt through consistent, transparent action. Ashley Martinez and Brad Kowalski, the two employees who caused the incident, have faced the consequences. Brad publicly apologized for his actions, and Ashley is now working at a racial equity nonprofit, having paid for bias training out of her own pocket. Even the former store manager, Rebecca, has become an advocate for diversity, speaking at corporate conferences about her painful but necessary transformation. The story serves as a powerful testament to Derek's quiet, effective leadership. He used documentation and systematic accountability instead of personal revenge. The live stream, which started as a simple recording, became a catalyst for change, proving that a single act of courage can transform injustice into an opportunity for change. The message is clear. Your voice matters, your documentation matters, and your courage to speak up can transform